Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
Hello and welcome to the African Diaspora News Channel. My name is Vuyo Mgwelo and I am coming to you all the way from Johannesburg, South Africa for the African Diaspora. Yes, like, subscribe and leave your comments. Remember, we are sharing thoughts regarding and around the African diaspora, the things that you are experiencing and the things that maybe your neighbor is experiencing. And today we're going to be talking about the broken promises, the stolen wealth, and the forgotten communities. As South Africa celebrates 30 years of democracy, the echoes of apartheid's brutal legacy still linger in the lives of millions. One will ask themselves, as the nation reflects on its 30 years of democracy, many are asking the hard question: what are Black South Africans truly celebrating? If you remember, I've mentioned this in the previous video. What are we exactly celebrating? When will justice extend beyond political rhetoric to tangible change? And when will the nation reclaim the control of its vast resources to uplift its people? Couple of key questions as how long would the scars of apartheid detect the present and future of South Africa's marginalized communities? Now, if you do not understand what is happening in South Africa, where it's just to even talk about the African diaspora as a whole, because we have our own minerals. You have oil in Nigeria. We have the diamonds in Kimberley, that is in South Africa. We have all these things, and yet Africa, it is still the one country or continent that is struggling when we have all these resources. We're struggling. We've been told of what to do with our resources. There's still a couple of resources that were stolen to us, and we're still yet to claim, or maybe our own political leaders are afraid to claim what was stolen. An example, the diamond that the late Queen Elizabeth would wear on her crown. It belongs to South Africa. That's one of the diamonds from Kimberley. But no one is talking about they should bring it back. A couple of years back, we as South Africans were fighting for the body of the late Usara Batman, who was also taken away from her home and was used as a prostitute in the apartheid times. And I feel like if we as Africans do not stand up for ourselves, for what was stolen from us and wanted, and then we get into a point where we want it back, if we don't stand up for our own or for things that belong to us, no one is going to do that. We've seen with the recent shutdown happening in South Africa, or that is yet to happen, with the recent new changes that the president has said that he will give a free passport to Nigerians. Trust me, I'm not fighting that. And I feel like we could have started it in a different way, or maybe he could have announced that and then come with solutions of how things are going to be done. Second point that I would also like us to talk about is, can South Africa break free from its economic dependency on foreign nations and fully harness its natural resources of its people? I mean, we can depend on other African nations. And if you remember that South Africa was also one of the countries when we were still dealing with apartheid, we were saved by Nigeria. Nigeria gave us a loan so that we may start over, and other different countries that I might have not mentioned. But I'm like, can't Africans do things on their own? Why do we feel like we need to depend on the Europeans when they get our resources? They sell our resources back to us, and the audacity to still say they need to save Africa, save an African child, bring them water, things like Africa is the most hungry continent when they are busy looting the African continent. If you go to Congo, you have young kids that work in mines for the elite. This is still happening under the leadership of black presidents. And my question still stands, not just in South Africa. When will Africans let go of depending of the Europeans, of the Caucasians, of thinking that we are actually nothing without them? Because as a whole, if we look at this, and if you have read the book of How to Create a Slave, it was meant for us, it was created for us, it was created for us to go against each other so that we may not work together. Another point is that, will the dream of liberation ever truly align with the reality faced by millions still living in poverty? In poverty everywhere in Africa. It's not just in South Africa. There's poverty in Nigeria, in Congo, in Tanzania. And if you look at the people that suffer the most, is the black majority. Now, while democracy brought hope, it is still clear that much work remains to fill the promises of 1994. Only through honest reflection, decisive leadership, and a commitment to justice can South Africa begin to heal its broken legacy and rebuild a future worthy of celebration. If you think you have views, leave your comments right here, and also like, subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest developments. I am Vuyo Mgwelo, coming to you all the way from Johannesburg for African Diaspora News Channel.